Welcome to Liberated Moments with Amber, where we fit out and we're cool with that. I'm Amber, owner of the Liberated Soul Movement, and I'm so glad that you're here. If you are a first time visitor, welcome. If you are a returning viewer, what up? So glad to see you back, and I'm glad to have you all here. So today, I know the past few Fridays I've been doing Poetry Fridays, but this Friday I am going to be sharing a quote. And this quote is actually, it's very personal to me, and it really ties into the why of the Liberated Moments with Amber, and it ties into the why of the Liberated Soul Movement as a whole, and really why I started the movement and why I started doing Liberated Moments. And I really hope that it resonates with you and just, connects with you and makes you feel seen, because sometimes in life it's hard to feel seen or to feel like there's someone out there that actually understands. So that's today's quote. And today's quote is, I will not hide my flaws and my scars behind a mask, but I will wear them as a badge of pride. And that quote resonates for me because 4 years ago, I actually came out of an emotionally abusive relationship, more so an emotionally abusive marriage. I was one of those women who, in true cinematic drama, more or less left in the dead of night with a plan and some sheer courage. My ex-husband had gone out of town on a trip, and it happened to align with the apartment that I wanted to move into. And I left without telling him, or without telling him where I was going. And so I have spent the last 4 years relearning myself, relearning everything about myself, what I like, what I don't like, where my boundaries are, what triggers me, how I really feel about myself, how I really think about myself. Because what people don't realize is that when you're experiencing some type of abuse, be it emotional or physical, be it a romantic relationship, a friendship, even, parents, is that what people don't realize is that when you're in those kinds of situations, it steadily strips pieces of your identity away until all you can really see, or at least in my case, all I could see was what he had either critiqued or what he had said about me. And it took me a year or two to stop hearing his voice in my head, critiquing and questioning and criticizing everything that I was doing. And so when I finally came out, I really had to steadily tear all of that down. And some of the habits that came out of it weren't the greatest, and then I had to work on those. There were coping mechanisms, defense mechanisms, and things that I really had to work through during that time. And at that time, I didn't have a counselor. I highly recommend that if you have the time and the ability to get one. But that really has tied into the why of Liberated Moments with Amber. I'm sharing many of the quotes and affirmations and poetry that I wrote and used as my own personal tools as catharsis to take myself through those times, through multiple job losses after leaving my ex, through using alcohol and exercise to cope. Every time that I got angry during the divorce process, or just when I was stressed because there wasn't enough money from having to relearn doing my finances, going from two incomes to one, there were so many days, I've dealt with depression, I've dealt with anxiety, I still have anxiety. And, there are seasons that are harder for me to get through than others. And so when I started the Liberated Soul movement, I wanted to reach other people who have fit out during different points of their lives or have dealt with abusive situations, to let them know that you are seen. You are seen, and I understand where you are. I know how dark it looks, but we are here, and this is not the end for you. So I am so glad that you guys have been here with me for today's Liberated Moment with Amber. I hope that you enjoy your weekend. I hope that you return on Monday for the next Liberated Moment with Amber. As always, if you need to find me, you can comment on the YouTube, of course. That's a great place. You can find me on my website at theliberatedsoulmovement.com. You can find me on Instagram at _t.l.s.m, or you can find me on Facebook at TLSM And of course, I hope you guys stay tuned for this summer when I release my first book, I Fit Out: Thoughts and Affirmations for the Chronic Misfit. And yep, I'll see you guys next time.